6 months after arriving in the city at Thornton House, schoolroom morning. Sarah, 14, nearly 15, sits with the three Thornton girls: Lucy, 10, Emma, 8, and little Charlotte, 6. They're working on arithmetic, but Sarah seems distracted, staring out the window. Lucy: Sarah? Did I do this correctly? Sarah doesn't respond, lost in thought. Emma: Sarah. Sarah jumps, startled. Sarah: I'm sorry. What did you ask? Lucy: Are you all right? You've been very far away today. Sarah: I'm fine. Just thinking. Let me see your work. Charlotte: You're sad again. You get that look when you miss your papa. Sarah: How did you know? Charlotte: You always touch your pocket where you keep his picture. Sarah realizes she's been unconsciously touching the pocket watch she carries. Sarah: You're very observant, little one. Emma: Is today special? An anniversary or something? Sarah: Today would have been his birthday. He would have been 37. The girls exchange glances, then Lucy stands. Lucy: Then we should do something special. To honor him. Sarah: Like what? Emma: You could tell us stories about him. Real ones, not just the funny ones. We want to know what he was really like. Sarah: You girls are supposed to be learning mathematics. Charlotte: We can learn about your papa instead. That's important too. Sarah looks at these three children who've become her unexpected anchors in this foreign city. Sarah: All right. Let me tell you about the day he taught me to ride a horse. The mathematics books lie forgotten. Sarah sits surrounded by the girls, who listen with rapt attention. Sarah: And I fell off 3 times, but he never got frustrated. He just kept helping me back up, saying, One more try, little bird. Just one more. Lucy: He called you little bird? Sarah: Always. Because he said I was small but fierce, and one day I'd fly. Emma: Like you did. You flew all the way to the city. Sarah: I didn't fly here. I was pushed. Charlotte: But you're still flying. You're teaching us. You're learning city things. That's flying. Sarah stares at the 6-year-old, amazed at her wisdom. Sarah: You know what? You're right. Papa would say you're absolutely right. Us? Thornton appears in the doorway, having heard the conversation. Us? Thornton girls, why don't you go wash up for lunch? I need to speak with Sarah. The girls reluctantly leave. Sarah stands nervously. Sarah: I'm sorry, ma'am. We didn't complete the mathematics lesson. Us? Thornton: You were teaching them something more important than mathematics. Compassion. Memory. Love. Sarah: Thank you for understanding. Ours? Thornton: Sarah, I've been meaning to talk to you. You've been with us 6 months now, and you're wonderful with the girls. But I worry about you. Sarah: I'm fine, ma'am. Truly. Ours? Thornton: You're surviving. That's not the same as being fine. You're 14 years old, and you spend all your time teaching my children or alone in your room. You have no life of your own. Sarah: I have work. That's enough. Us? Thornton: It's not enough. You should be going to school, making friends your own age, having experiences. Sarah: I can't afford school. This position. Us? Thornton: What if there was a way? My husband and I have been discussing it. What if you attended classes in the morning, then taught the girls in the afternoon? We'd adjust your wages slightly, but you'd get an education. Sarah: You'd do that? What? Us? Thornton: Because you deserve more than to be a governess your whole life. You're bright, Sarah. You have potential. And I think your father would want you to have every opportunity. Sarah's eyes fill with tears. Sarah: He would. He always pushed me to learn. Ours? Thornton: Then let us help you. Not as charity, but because we care about you. You've become part of this family. Sarah: I don't know what to say. Ours? Thornton: Say yes. Sarah: Yes. Thank you. Yes. Sarah walks through the city on an errand for Mrs. Thornton. She's more comfortable navigating the crowded streets now, though she still finds them overwhelming. She passes a bookshop and stops, drawn to the window display. Among the books is one about agriculture and farming. She stares at it longingly. A young man, 16, notices her. Young man interested in farming? That's unusual for a city girl. Sarah: I'm not a city girl. I'm from a farm. Young man: Really? Where? Sarah: About 60 miles from here. But it's gone now. Young man: I'm Robert. My father owns this bookshop. Sarah: I work for the Thorntons. As a governess. Robert: You're quite young to be a governess. Sarah: I'm old enough. Robert the First didn't mean to offend. I just meant. You seem like you should be in school yourself. Sarah, I will be. Starting next week, actually. Robert, which school? Sarah, Miss Porter's Academy. Robert, my sister attends there. Emily, Blackwell. She's always looking for new friends. Sarah, I doubt that. The girls there aren't very welcoming to farm girls. Robert, Emily isn't like that. She's different. In a good way. He pulls a book from the window display, the farming book. Robert, here. Consider it a welcome to the city gift. Sarah, I can't accept. Robert, sure you can. Think of it as an investment. Maybe one day you'll come back and buy 100 books from us. Sarah, thank you. That's very kind. Robert, come by any time. We have lots of books about farming. And other things too. Sarah smiles, her first genuine smile at a stranger in months. Sarah reads the farming book by candlelight. Each page reminds her of her father, of lessons learned, of a life left behind. She opens her journal. Sarah, dear Papa, something strange happened today. A boy gave me a book about farming. He didn't know why it would matter to me, but it does. Every page is like hearing your voice again. I'm starting school again next week. The Thorntons are giving me a chance at an education. I'm scared, Papa. The city girls weren't kind before. But Mrs. Thornton believes I deserve more than just surviving. She says you'd want me to have opportunities. She's right. You always wanted me to learn, to grow, to become more than just a farm girl. Even though being your farm girl was the best thing I ever was. The Thornton girls are teaching me something I didn't expect, how to live in the present while honoring the past. They ask about you constantly. They want to know everything. And in telling them, I'm keeping you alive. I'm making sure your love, your lessons, your sacrifice, none of it was for nothing. I miss you every day. But I'm learning that missing someone doesn't mean drowning in sorrow. It can mean carrying them forward, letting them shape who you're becoming. I think you'd be proud of that. At least, I hope you would. Sarah enters the school, nervous but more confident than her first time. She's wearing a proper dress, her hair neatly styled. She looks like she belongs even if she doesn't feel it. Miss Winters, Sarah. Welcome back. Sarah, thank you, Miss Winters. I'm glad to be here. Miss Winters, I'll be teaching your literature class. I think you'll enjoy our current unit. We're studying personal narratives. A girl approaches, Emily Blackwell, 15, friendly-faced and warm. Emily, you must be Sarah. My brother Robert told me about you. He said you're from a farm? Sarah, yes. Is that a problem? Emily, a problem? I think it's wonderful. I've never met anyone who actually lived on a farm. You must have such interesting stories. Sarah, most girls here don't think so. Emily, most girls here are boring. Come on, I'll show you around properly. And fair warning, I'm going to ask you a million questions about farm life. Sarah relaxes slightly, allowing herself to be led away. Sarah sits next to Emily. The other girls still keep their distance, but Emily's presence provides a buffer. Miss Winters, today we'll begin our personal narrative essays. I want you to write about a moment that defined who you are. Not just what happened, but how it changed you. The girls begin writing. Sarah stares at her blank page, overwhelmed by too many defining moments. Emily, you all right? Sarah, how do I choose just one moment? My whole life has been defining moments. Emily, then write about that. About how you're made of moments. Sarah considers this, then begins to write. Thornton House, afternoon. Sarah returns from school to find the Thornton girls waiting excitedly. Lucy, how was it? Tell us everything. Sarah, was good. Actually, it's good. Emma, did the mean girls bother you? Sarah, no. I made a friend. Emily, she's nice. Charlotte, you made a friend. Papa would be happy. Sarah kneels down to Charlotte's level. Sarah, you know what? He would be. He always wanted me to have friends. Lucy, can we meet her? Sarah, maybe. She wants to hear all about farm life. She finds it fascinating. Emma, will you tell her about us? How are we helping you learn city things? Sarah, of course. You're part of my story now. Sarah walks with Emily through the park. The Thornton girls play nearby under the supervision of their mother. Emily, so you really milk cows? With your own hands? Sarah, every morning. It was just part of life. Emily, I can't imagine. I've never even touched a cow. Sarah, they're gentle. Most of them anyway. My father taught me when I was very young. Emily Robert said your father passed away. I'm sorry. Sarah, thank you. It's been almost a year now. Emily, that must be so hard. My father is difficult, strict and cold. But I can't imagine him not being there. Sarah, my father was everything. And now I'm here, in a city I never wanted to come to, living a life I never imagined. Emily, do you hate it? The city? Sarah, I did. At first, I hated everything. But now, it's complicated. The city gave me the Thorntons. And school again. And you. So maybe I don't hate it anymore. Maybe I'm just adjusting. Emily, that's all any of us can do, right? Adjust to what life gives us. Sarah, I suppose so. Charlotte runs up, breathless. Charlotte, Sarah. Sarah. There's a man selling flowers. Can we buy some? Mama says it's up to you. Emily, is she one of your students? Sarah, yes. Charlotte, this is my friend Emily. Charlotte, are you nice to Sarah? Because if you're not, I'll be very cross with you. Emily, I promise to be very nice to her. Charlotte, good. Sarah deserves nice friends. She runs back to her mother. Emily laughs. Emily, she's protective of you. Sarah, they all are. They've adopted me in a way. Taught me how to survive here. Emily, it sounds like you're teaching each other. Sarah, I suppose we are. Miss Winters returns the personal narrative essays. She pauses at Sarah's desk. Miss Winters, Sarah, could you stay after class? I want to discuss your essay. Sarah's heart sinks, assuming she did something wrong. After the other girls leave, Miss Winters sits beside her. Miss Winters, your essay is remarkable. Truly. You wrote about being built from broken pieces. Sarah, I wasn't sure if that fit the assignment. Miss Winters, it exceeded the assignment. Sarah, have you ever thought about submitting your writing for publication? Sarah, publication? Like in a magazine? Miss Winters, there's a journal for young writers. They publish exceptional pieces. I think yours qualifies. Sarah, I don't know. It's so personal. Miss Winters, that's what makes it powerful. You wrote about loss and survival and finding home in unexpected places. Other young people who've experienced loss would relate to it. Sarah, could I think about it? Miss Winters, of course. But Sarah? Don't hide your gift. Your father taught you many things. Honor that by sharing what you've learned. Sarah dines with the Thornton family. Thornton reads a newspaper while the girls chatter about their day. Thornton, Sarah, I had an interesting conversation today. A colleague mentioned he's looking for someone to tutor his son in reading and composition. I recommended you. Sarah, me? But I'm still a student myself. Thornton, you're an excellent teacher. The girls have improved remarkably under your instruction. And the extra income would be yours to keep. Thornton, you could save it. For your future. Sarah, I don't know what to say. You've already done so much for me. Lucy, say yes. Then you'll have money for books. Emma, and maybe new dresses. Charlotte, and sweets to share with us. Sarah, all right. Yes. Thank you. Thornton, good. He'll expect you Tuesday evenings. His name is Mr. Harrison. His son is 9 and struggling with reading. Sarah, I won't let you down. Us? Thornton, we know you won't. You never do. Sarah's room night. Sarah sits at her small desk looking at her essay. She pulls out her journal. Sarah, dear Papa, Miss Winters wants to submit my writing for publication. Can you imagine? Your little girl, who you taught to read by lantern light, might have her words published in a real journal. I'm scared, Papa. What if people read it and judge me? What if they think I'm feeling sorry for myself? What if they don't understand? But then I remember what you always said, that fear is just proof we're about to do something important. That courage isn't the absence of fear, it's moving forward despite it. I'm also tutoring now. Teaching another child using the patience and methods you used with me. It's like you're still teaching, Papa, through me. Your lessons continue even though you're gone. The city is becoming less foreign. I know the streets now. I have friends, real friends, not just imagined ones. I have purpose. I have possibility. I still miss the farm. I still ache for what we had. But I'm building something new here. Something different but still mine. You told me once that a bird has to leave the nest to truly fly. I didn't understand then. I thought the nest was safety, home, everything. But now I see you were preparing me for this. For a life beyond that farm. For survival in a world without you. I'm flying, Papa. Not gracefully, not perfectly. But I'm flying. A modest middle-class home. Sarah sits with Timothy, 9, a frustrated boy struggling to read. Timothy, I can't do it. The letters just jumble together. Sarah, I understand. It's frustrating. Timothy, no you don't. You're smart. You probably read perfectly the first time you tried. Sarah, actually, I struggled too. My father had to teach me the same word dozens of times. Timothy, really? Sarah, really? And you know what he told me? He said learning isn't about getting it right the first time. It's about trying again. And again. And again. Until suddenly one day it clicks. Timothy, and then it's easy? Sarah, then it gets easier. Not easy but easier. Want to try one more time? Timothy picks up the book reluctantly. Timothy, will you help me? Really help me? Sarah, every step. Just like my father helped me. As she works with Timothy, Sarah realizes she's doing exactly what her father did, giving patience, encouragement, and love to a struggling child. The legacy continues. Miss Winters holds up a journal, the Young Writers Quarterly. Miss Winters' class, one of our own, has been published. She opens to a page and reads the title. Miss Winters Built from Broken Pieces by Sarah. She looks at Sarah, who's turning red. Miss Winters, Sarah, would you like to read it aloud? Sarah, I don't think. Emily, you should. We want to hear it. Other girls murmur agreement. Even the ones who'd been unkind before seem curious. Sarah stands on shaking legs and takes the journal. Sarah, I am built from broken pieces. From the farm that shaped me. From the father who raised me alone. From the loss that shattered me. From the city that challenged me. From the kindness of strangers who became family. As she reads, girls wipe their eyes. Even the coldest among them seem moved. Sarah, my father taught me that giving up is never an option. That love is stronger than loss. That home isn't a place, it's the people who shape us and the lessons they leave behind. I carry my home with me now, in every choice I make, in every person I help, in every moment I refuse to quit. I am my father's daughter. And I am built from broken pieces. But broken things, when put back together, are often stronger than they were before. She finishes and looks up. The room is silent, then erupts in applause. Girl 1, Sarah, that was beautiful. I'm sorry. For how I treated you when you first came. I was cruel and ignorant. Sarah, thank you. That means a lot. Emily, I'm so proud of you. Miss Winters' class, this is what happens when we're brave enough to share our truth. Sarah has honored her father's memory in the most beautiful way possible. Sarah shows the journal to the Thornton family. The girls cluster around, excited. Lucy, you're published. You're a real writer. Emma, read it to us again. Charlotte, is there a part about us? Sarah, there's a part about kindness from unexpected places. That's you. The Thornton were very proud of you, Sarah. Your father would be too. Horace. Thornton, you know you've been with us almost a year now. In that time, you've gone from a grieving girl who could barely function to a young woman who teaches, learns, writes, and inspires others. That's remarkable. Sarah, I couldn't have done it without you. Any of you. Lucy, we're family now, right? Sarah, yes. You're my city family. Charlotte, and your papa is still your farm family in your heart. Sarah, exactly right, little one. Sarah visits Robert's bookshop. He greets her warmly. Robert, the published author, returns. Emily showed me the journal. It's incredible, Sarah. Sarah, thank you. And thank you for this. She pulls out the farming book he gave her months ago. Sarah, I've read it cover to cover 3 times. It keeps me connected to who I was. Robert, who you were? You're still that person. Sarah, am I? Sometimes I look in the mirror and I'm not sure. I dress like a city girl now. I navigate these streets without getting lost. I go to school and teach and write. I'm becoming someone my father wouldn't recognize. Robert, the first thing he'd recognize the important parts. The strength. The determination. The kindness. Those haven't changed. Sarah, you're very wise for 16. Robert, the first read a lot. He gestures around at the books and she laughs, the first truly carefree laugh she's had in over a year. Robert, Sarah, there's a lecture next week at the library. About agriculture and modern farming techniques. I thought, maybe you'd like to go? With me? Sarah, like, Together? Robert, if you want. No pressure. I just thought you might enjoy it. Sarah, I'd like that. Yes. Robert, good. It's Saturday at 2. Sarah leaves the bookshop with a lightness she hasn't felt in months. Sarah writes in her journal, smiling. Sarah, dear Papa, something is happening. I'm not just surviving anymore. I'm living. I have friends, real ones who care about me. I have work that matters. I have writing that people read and respond to. I even have, well, there's a boy. Robert. He's kind and smart and he doesn't pity me. He just sees me. Is it wrong to be happy? When you've been gone barely a year. Sometimes I feel guilty when I laugh or enjoy something. Like I'm betraying your memory by moving forward. But then I remember what you always said, that life is for living. That each day is a gift we shouldn't waste. And I think you'd want me to be happy even without you. The city isn't home yet. Maybe it never will be. But it's becoming familiar. The strange is becoming known. The frightening is becoming manageable. I'm not the same girl who left the farm. But maybe that's okay. Maybe we're meant to change and grow and become new versions of ourselves. The important thing, the thing you taught me, is that I never gave up. Even when everything seemed impossible, even when I wanted to quit, I kept going. That's your legacy, Papa. Not the farm or the land or the things you built with your hands. Your legacy is me still standing, still fighting, still flying. I love you. Always. Sarah meets Robert outside an impressive stone building. She's nervous but excited. Robert, you came. Sarah, I almost didn't. I've never been to a lecture before. Robert, you'll enjoy this one. The speaker actually grew up on a farm, then went to university to study agricultural science. Sarah, so he left farming but came back to it differently? Robert, exactly. They entered together. A modest room filled with farmers, scholars, and curious citizens. Sarah and Robert find seats near the back. The speaker, 40s, weathered but educated, begins his presentation about modern farming techniques. Sarah leans forward, completely absorbed. For the first time since leaving the farm, she feels connected to her past in a positive way. Speaker. Farming isn't just about tradition. It's about evolution. Taking what our fathers taught us and building on it. Honoring the past while embracing the future. Sarah grabs Robert's arm without thinking. Sarah, that's it. That's exactly it. Robert, what? Sarah, what I've been trying to do. Honor my father while becoming something new. I thought I had to choose, be his daughter or be my own person. But I can be both. Robert smiles, pleased to have brought her here. After the lecture, Sarah approaches the speaker. Sarah, excuse me, sir? Speaker, yes, young lady? Sarah, I grew up on a farm. My father, he taught me everything. But he died and I lost the farm and I ended up here in the city. Speaker, I'm sorry for your loss. Sarah, thank you. But what you said about evolution and honoring the past, it made me realize something. I don't have to go back to farming to honor my father. I can take what he taught me about work and love and perseverance, and apply it to any life I build. Speaker, that's very wise. What's your name? Sarah. Sarah. Speaker, well, Sarah, your father taught you well. The greatest legacy a parent can leave is children who carry their values forward, whatever path they choose. Sarah leaves the lecture hall transformed. Sarah and Robert walk through the park. The sun is setting, painting the sky gold, like sunsets on the farm. Sarah, thank you for inviting me. That was exactly what I needed. Robert, the first could tell you were moved. Sarah, I've been so focused on what I lost that I forgot about what I gained. The skills, the lessons, the strength. I carry the farm with me. I carry my father with me. They're part of who I am. Robert, you've changed since I first met you. Sarah, in a bad way? Robert, in a strong way. When I first saw you outside the bookshop, you looked lost. Now you look found. Sarah, I think I am. Maybe not completely, but getting there. They stop near a small pond. Ducks paddle peacefully. Robert, Sarah, can I ask you something? Sarah, of course. Robert, do you ever regret it? Coming to the city? Sarah, I didn't choose it. It was forced on me. But now, I don't know. If I'd stayed on the farm, I'd never have met the Thorntons or Emily or you. I'd never have been published. I'd never have learned that I could survive losing everything. She pauses. Sarah, so no. I don't regret it. It's not the life I wanted, but it's becoming the life I need. Robert, I'm glad you're here. In the city. Even if the circumstances were terrible. Sarah, me too. Finally, me too. A special dinner. The Thorntons have invited Emily to join them, celebrating Sarah's publication. Thornton to Sarah, who came to us as a governess and has become family, who teaches our daughters and inspires us all. Amherst. Thornton to Sarah's father, who raised a remarkable young woman. Everyone raises their glasses. Sarah's eyes fill with tears. Sarah, thank you. All of you. A year ago I thought my life was over. I'd lost everything, my father, my home, my future. But you gave me a new family, a new purpose, a new chance. She looks at the three girls. Sarah, Lucy, Emma, Charlotte, you taught me how to live in the present. How to laugh again. How to find joy in small moments. She looks at Mr. and Mrs. Thornton. Sarah, you gave me dignity when I felt worthless. Opportunity when I had none. And love when I needed it most. She looks at Emily. Sarah and Emily, you gave me friendship without judgment. You saw me, not my tragedy. Charlotte, and you gave us the best teacher in the world. Everyone laughs as Mrs. Thornton helps Charlotte down. Lucy, and the best stories. Emma, and you taught us it's okay to be sad sometimes. Sarah, and you taught me it's okay to be happy sometimes. Even when we've lost someone we love. Sarah sits at her window looking out at the city lights. She no longer sees them as foreign and threatening. They're just different. She picks up her father's pocket watch, opens it, and looks at the inscription. To Sarah, time may pass, but love endures, Papa. Sarah, you were right, Papa. Time has passed. Almost a year since you left. But your love endures. In every choice I make. In every child I teach. In every moment I choose to keep going. She opens her journal one more time. Sarah, dear Papa, I think I understand now. You didn't raise me for one specific life, on the farm or in the city. You raised me to adapt, to survive, to thrive wherever life took me. The Thornton girls asked me today if I'll stay with them forever. I told them I don't know what forever looks like. But I know I'll stay until it's time to move forward again. Because that's what you taught me, isn't it? That life is a series of chapters. Some end before we're ready. Some begin before we feel prepared. But we keep turning pages. The farm chapter ended. The city chapter is still being written. And somewhere ahead, there are chapters one can't even imagine yet. But whatever comes, I'll face it with the strength you gave me. With the love you showed me. With the determination you modeled for me. I used to think I'd never have a home again after losing the farm. But now I understand, home isn't a place. It's not even people, really. Home is who we are. The values we carry. The love we hold. And by that definition, Papa, I'm always home. Because I carry you everywhere. Thank you for never giving up on me. For teaching me to never give up on myself. Your little bird is flying now. Really flying. I love you. Forever. Sarah. She closes the journal and prepares for bed. No longer a lost girl but a young woman finding her way. Sarah walks confidently through the city streets. She passes the place where she first arrived, lost, grieving, terrified. She remembers that girl and feels compassion for her. She continues walking, greeting people she now knows, the baker, the newspaper vendor, other students. Sarah enters to find a surprise. The classroom has been decorated with her published essay on the walls. Miss Winters stands with the headmistress. Headmistress Sarah, we'd like to offer you something. A full scholarship to continue your education here through graduation. And a position as a peer tutor for younger students. Sarah, a scholarship? But why? Headmistress, because you've demonstrated exceptional resilience and character. And because your writing touched many people, including several of our benefactors. Miss Winters, you've earned this, Sarah. Through your talent and your perseverance. Sarah, I don't know what to say. Emily, say yes. The other girls echo her encouragement. Sarah, yes. Yes, thank you. The class erupts in applause. Sarah shares the news with the Thornton family. Mrs. Thornton embraces her. Thornton, this is wonderful. But what about your position here? Sarah, I was hoping. Could I continue teaching the girls in the afternoons? Even with the scholarship, I'd like to keep working with them. Lucy, please say yes, Mama. Thornton, of course. You're part of this family, Sarah. Scholarship or not. Sarah, there's something else. The scholarship includes a small stipend. I'd like to save it. For the future. Ours. Thornton, what kind of future? Sarah, I'm not sure yet. But I want to have choices. I want to build something of my own. Thornton, that's very wise. Your father would be proud of your foresight. Charlotte, your papa is always proud of you. From heaven. Sarah, I hope so, little one. I really hope so. Sarah visits a cemetery for the first time since arriving in the city. She's brought wildflowers, the closest thing she could find to the ones from the farm. She stands before two graves, her father's and mother's, which were relocated here at great expense by the Thorntons without telling her. Sarah, Papa? Mama? Mrs. Thornton appears behind her. Thornton, we had them moved. So you'd have a place to visit them. Sarah, how did you? Ours. Thornton, we used part of the proceeds from the farm's sale. It seemed right. They should be near you. Sarah sinks to her knees before the graves, overwhelmed. Sarah, Papa, I have so much to tell you. I'm doing well. Really well. I have a scholarship. I'm published. I'm teaching. I'm surviving. She places the flowers. Sarah, you never gave up on me. And I'm not giving up on myself. I'm building a life you'd be proud of. Different from what we had, but still good. Still meaningful. She touches both gravestones. Sarah, Mama, I never knew you, but Papa made sure I knew you loved me. That you wanted me. That you'd be proud too. She stands, wiping her tears. Sarah, I'll visit often. I promise. This city is my home now. And you're here with me. Finally, you're here. Sarah helps Robert stock shelves. They work in comfortable silence, occasionally sharing observations about the books. Robert, Sarah, can I ask you something personal? Sarah, sure. Robert, are you happy? Really happy? Sarah, that's a complicated question. Robert, the first, no. But I'm curious. Sarah, I'm not the kind of happy I was as a child when my father was alive and the farm was home. That innocent, uncomplicated happiness is gone forever. She pauses. Sarah, but I'm a different kind of happy. The kind that comes from surviving something terrible and realizing you're stronger than you thought. The kind that comes from building something new from broken pieces. So yes, I'm happy. In my own way. Robert, good. You deserve to be. Sarah, so do you. Thank you for being my friend, Robert. For seeing past the tragedy to the person underneath. Robert, that person is pretty remarkable. They share a smile and Sarah feels another piece of her new life click into place. Sarah teaches the girls their final lesson of the week. But today they've convinced her to tell them more stories about the farm. Sarah, and that's how my father taught me that failure isn't the end. It's just information. We try again differently. Lucy, your father was very wise. Sarah, he was. And you know what? He's still teaching me. Every day I think, what would Papa do? And somehow I know the answer. Emma, because he's in your heart. Sarah, exactly. Charlotte, Sarah, will you stay with us forever? Sarah, I don't know about forever. But I'll stay as long as you need me. And even when I move on to whatever comes next, we'll still be family. Lucy, promise? Sarah, I promise. You girls saved me. I'll never forget that. Charlotte, we didn't save you. You saved yourself. Sarah, maybe we saved each other. Sarah walks home from tutoring Timothy Harrison. The city streets are bustling with evening activity. She no longer finds the noise and crowds overwhelming. A street vendor sells roasted chestnuts. She buys some with her tutoring money, her own money, earned through her own work. She continues walking, eating the chestnuts, watching the city come alive with lamplight. And for the first time since leaving the farm, she feels like she belongs somewhere. Sarah prepares for bed. She's arranged the room to feel more like hers now, books on the shelf, her father's photograph prominently displayed, her published essay framed on the wall. She looks at herself in the mirror. She's changed physically, taller, more mature. But more than that, she's changed internally. The broken girl who arrived a year ago is gone. In her place is someone stronger, wiser, more complete. She picks up her journal for one final entry. Sarah, dear Papa, this will be my last letter to you like this. Not because I'm forgetting you or moving on, but because I'm moving forward. There's a difference. I'll always talk to you in my heart. I'll always carry your lessons with me. I'll always be your little bird. But I need to stop living in the past, writing letters to someone who can't write back. You're not here to guide me anymore. And that's okay. Because you guided me for 14 years. You gave me everything I need to navigate this life without you. I know who I am now. I'm Sarah, daughter of Thomas and Mary, former farm girl, current city dweller, teacher, student, writer, friend, survivor. I'm built from broken pieces, but those broken pieces have formed something new, something stronger, something that honors where I came from while embracing where I'm going. Thank you for everything, Papa. For your love, your sacrifice, your determination to never give up. You didn't just teach me how to live. You taught me how to survive, how to thrive, how to become myself even without you. This isn't goodbye. It's just evolution. You're not gone from my life. You're woven into who I am. Every choice I make reflects something you taught me. Every kindness I show echoes your kindness. Every time I refuse to give up, you're giving me strength. The Thornton girls asked me today what home means. I told them home is wherever you feel like yourself. And Papa, for the first time since leaving the farm, I feel like myself here. Changed, yes. Different, absolutely. But still me. Still your daughter. Still flying. I love you. Always and forever. Your little bird taking flight. Sarah. She closes the journal, places it on the shelf with the others, and climbs into bed. As she drifts off to sleep, she whispers one last time. Sarah, good night, Papa. Thank you for never giving up on me. I won't give up either. The city awakens. Buildings catch the morning light. People begin their days. The world moves forward. Sarah's window opens. She leans out, breathing the morning air. It doesn't smell like the farm, never will. But it smells like possibility, like future, like home. She smiles, turns back into her room, and begins her day. The camera pulls back, showing the city spread before her, vast, complicated, full of challenge and opportunity. Sarah has become part of it, and it has become part of her.